Okay, number one on the agenda. I went shopping and I got some things for decorating my house. I'm gonna show you what I got. I need your help and your opinions. I've really been putting a lot of effort into turning my kitchen into more of a homey space without it being too cluttered, but clutter is so easy. So one thing that I've been doing is things that need to be out on the counter for convenience and speed. I want to make them more styled. So I've really been watching people's videos and paying attention. So I got this board. I just got a variety of boards and we need to test them out and see which one we think looks the best, and then I'll just return the others. But doing your house can be so hard. One, like, who has the eye for it? Two, the stuff is expensive. And three, it's so hard to visualize what's gonna look good in the space. So let me show you what I got and what we're working with. Okay, so this is the space that we're dealing with. This is my coffee maker setup, and I always have these out. I was thinking I would do a picture behind, but I thought a little tray to put these on might help, you know, the vibe. So those are the options I'm going to be going over today, but envision it with like a picture or maybe like a cutting board leading behind, like definitely some other stuff to like spruce up this space. I have my fresh fruit over here, but this is like ever changing. And then eventually I want to do something beside the sink as well for like cleaning the dishes and whatever. That would look a little bit more aesthetically pleasing. So right now we're just working on the tray. At the store, I was really struggling to visualize the size of the item. So one of the things is going to be just seeing like what size works. Also, I didn't realize, but one of the legs was missing off of this, so it's not sitting totally even. And honestly, any other suggestions that you have for this space as well, just throw them out there. Okay, things that I like about this. One, the dark wood, I feel like pulls it together, makes it look a lot more grounded. Two, because this has the edge, I can like hide all those cords underneath here, which obviously I would still plan to do like a type of picture thing, but that would make it look more hidden. Also, the size of this, I do think is a little wide, but like if I pulled this forward, I could do a picture behind here, because you have to think that picture is gonna have to be like lifted off the wall. So then that would still give it room for the photo and stuff too. I don't know, just hypothetically speaking. LOL, I grabbed this little tray, which is, it works, but it's just not right. Like even layering it, I just feel like this probably isn't the right piece, but a fun idea. I really thought because these both conduct heat, something in a stone material would be the best bet, although I think that the wood looks gorgeous, so maybe even layering a wood with stone and then these items. In my head, layering them was a much cuter idea. Of course, like you have to imagine everything hidden. It's hard to get the vision, but I feel like this would only work if there was like a shelf with some little storage stuff, a cute little canister here. I don't know, what are we thinking? Okay, I just wanted to show you the same setup with another mocha pot, and this kind of cleans it up. I think that this wooden one is probably my favorite, but I would have to do some sort of marble over it anyway. So for right now, I'm just gonna leave it like this, but please, please, please give me suggestions, because I still think this looks pretty bad. Okay, I want to show you the other things that I got at the store. Number one, this is like a little sifter thing. You put powdered sugar on it and you can sprinkle the powdered sugar over your desserts. I guess I've never really thought about having one of these, but I have needed this so many times. So when I saw it, I was like, yes, perfect, 100% stainless steel. Let's pick that up. I also got this. I haven't showed you guys this, but I've talked about my Diva cups so often. That's what I use for that time of the month. And for cleaning them, you always need to like sprinkle some baking soda into the water. And so I finally got this little sifter cup. This is just gonna make it so much faster. I also wanna get a larger one of these to put underneath my sink just for cleaning the dishes. You know, sometimes you just need to sprinkle some baking soda or some Bon Ami or something real quick. So this is perfect as well. Those are just easy finds. And then I found this stove. This is like, I don't know, I would consider it like a brownie pan, but I guess it's just a large cooking, whatever, you can see it. But I'm really excited because you can see it matches my stove Dutch oven. And then now I have like this whole little set. So I'm gonna show you because I'm just excited about this. I also have the mini Dutch oven. Hold on. So look, this is the mini Dutch oven, okay? And then, wait, I thought I had the medium in the white this whole time. Turns out I didn't. I just have a teeny tiny one. I'm really excited because I needed this biggest size for a lot of the things that I cook. The other day, I had this monkey bread that changed my brain chemistry. When I tell you, it actually brought life back into me. I was like, I need to experience this again. So today we're gonna be cooking monkey bread. The thing about regular monkey bread is that anybody could have it at any time because it's filled with gluten and it's filled with dairy, two things that I am not eating. So we're gonna try to make our own gluten-free, dairy-free version. My track record in cooking is not the best, but I have full confidence that we can do this today because I'm actually going to be taking it to an event with me. So we're gonna try to make a triple batch. I'll make one batch, see how it tastes, and then make some more. What I found out is back in the day, my mom used to make these creamy caramel rolls, but it was the caramel sauce that made the caramel rolls so good. I've tried to make those probably 4 times, and each time they get progressively better, but they're never as good as the originals that were filled with like dairy, butter, cream, all the good stuff. So when I tried the monkey bread, it actually brought me back to that flavor just without the cream that you pour on top. And that's what made me so obsessed. I was like, this is the flavor I've been looking for this whole time and I've never gotten it. So I found this recipe on Pinterest. I have no clue what to expect. I don't even know, you know, like when I'm looking at them, if it would be comparable to a regular monkey bread that people would consider good. So hopefully everything will work out for us. Thank you for being here, spending the day baking with me. So welcome to my kitchen. First, I thought we could make a coffee together. This is my new mocha pot, and I'm gonna show you how to use it. So first, I take out the old grounds from yesterday. Okay, so you put water in the base part. Then these are my favorite grounds right now. They're only available at Trader Joe's, but they are my favorite, so I go out of my way to get them. Something when I open these, I'm like, oh, this is like the perfect espresso. It's really good to use wood in combination with the mocha pot apparently, and you don't want to be using plastic touching anything is always the goal. Obviously it's not always avoidable, but I'm trying to keep my kitchen as low tox as possible, which is why I'm using this 100% stainless steel little pot. Okay, so then you just put it on the burner and you crank this up to 5. And then this is also stainless steel. So I'm just gonna put some milk in here and warm it first. I always try to do local honey in the base of the cup just to help with like allergies. It's really only to help with allergies. This is my breakfast today, and then I'm gonna have some nuts. So I feed the dog too. I always leave him like kibble because, you know, it doesn't go bad if it sits on the counter or whatever, but he waits until I give him the good stuff. And kind of he gets a variation of whatever I'm eating. You like it? See, he likes it. He also likes to take it out of the bowl and just eat it around the house, which I think is so funny. He's so cute. Okay, I'll put all the warm stuff in first to try and melt the honey a little bit without, you know, I don't want to use the microwave, which is why I have this stainless steel thing. Now, let's make some cream. And I always do the extra foam. These are the Brazil nuts. I had always heard if you had thyroid issues to eat these, and I didn't really believe them, but the way these can have such a difference on your health, just 2 a day is all you need. You can obviously make milk out of them, nut butter, so many other things, but yeah, I started incorporating these and I really think it's helping. Okay, all this noise means that it's done. And the heat is gonna help incorporate the honey into your honey and then pour your cream on top. See, this is what I love about the Nespresso. That was just a dairy-free cream. I used the nut pods. And look at how gorgeous it looks. You would never know. This is gonna be a really exciting day. Let's get into it. I started laying out my ingredients and now we're gonna preheat the oven. Okay, place almond milk in the microwave for 1 minute or until warm like bath water. If it's too hot, it will kill the yeast. I always wish they would say a temperature here because I think it's the yeast that I'm always messing up, but okay. Okay, so first we're gonna make the dough combining warm milk, yeast, and sugar, and you have to let the yeast activate. So hopefully this goes well and I can show you. These little measuring cups with the little like lid for your hand, these are actually my favorites to use, although there's so many kinds you can get. Okay, then we're gonna need 4.5 cups of gluten-free flour. So I'm gonna get my cooking book that converts different kinds of recipes to make gluten-free flour into baking flour. This is the Elements of Baking cooking book. It's by Katarina Kermehir. I don't know how you say her last name, but Katarina. And in it, she's got gluten-free flour blends. So I'm gonna go to that page and she's gonna tell me what to mix up. This is what the yeast mixture is looking like so far, and you can see that level of foam. So I think we're doing something right. Okay, so it says mix in a little bit of butter and a little bit of salt. Let me see if this is salted butter. You never really know with the dairy-free, you never really know. Okay, and it also says that you can start incorporating the flour. So I think what I'm gonna have to do is put it back and forth between the two bowls to incorporate, and this is probably why they have the recipe. Oh wait, unless if I just had a really big bowl and I could transfer both to the same one. So we have two full bowls and I'm just gonna go back and forth between the two. This is why my baking is always something. It's always something. But in the end, it's gonna incorporate to one big dough ball. A little bit of work. Maybe I should have used the KitchenAid, you know? I'm considering if I should just convert it, like add it to the KitchenAid right now. Maybe I should, then I can clean out this bowl. Okay, we've officially turned this into beautiful dough. I have a buttered bowl here, and I'm just gonna plop it in there. Ooh, come on, plop. It's still a sticky dough, but I'm willing to risk it and see how it turns out. Okay, then you're gonna put a towel over it, take your 200-degree heated oven, open it up, and just let it sit in there to rise. Dough. The plop. Oh, funny. Okay, same deal. Ooh, I'm supposed to leave this open the whole time. Raven, come on now. What are you doing? My dog thinks I'm talking to him when I talk like that. Sheesh kebab. While that's cooking, I'm gonna put some white sugar and cinnamon in this bowl. Okay, when I'm done doing all my tidying, I will check if they have doubled in size. All right, we've done a lot. We've got a lot set up here. So first, we got our cinnamon sugar ready. I buttered the pan. This is gonna be the mixture that we're gonna pour over at the end. I just wanted to get everything that I could knocked out of the way because the dough is still rising. So just final on that, we're packing some brown sugar. We need 2 1/3 cups, 2/3 of cup of brown sugar. And I'm gonna let this start mixing together and just whisk it in there. Well, we're working on making the little dough balls to drop them into the muffin tins. Now, if I would have had muffin tin liners, I would use those as well, but I didn't have any, so we're just gonna have to make it work with what we have. It's definitely taking them longer than 20 minutes to rise, so I think it'll be worth it to wait it out, so we're gonna wait it out. I went rogue and started another project and got distracted. So I'm hoping for the best here that these are still like a-okay. Not dried out, not 2 rows. Interesting. Let's look at this one. Okay, yeah, they're both looking good. Whoop. Let's bake that to 350 and start making these into little bowls. I don't even know that much about baking prior to going gluten-free, but then gluten-free, I'm like, you're really adding to the plot with this one. I had one friend and her mom made monkey bread, and I remember it because it was like iconic in their house. Like when she was making the monkey bread, she'd be like, I am making monkey bread. They were from the South, originally from Mississippi. So everything that they made, it was so interesting. I had very few friends who ever moved to my little small town when I was growing up, especially when I was younger, but this girl and I were like best friends. I'd sleep over at her house all the time. So we would always get to talking about like the food differences and the cultural differences and everything, because they knew so much from moving from the south up to the north, and I'd obviously never left. So I loved hearing their stories and the differences and getting to learn about, like, her mom would cook biscuits and gravy and these things that just were not popular for me growing up. We'd have like French toast and maybe sausage. Okay, we wound up having more flour than just for these 12. So I'm gonna prepare the other container, but this is your final step before baking, and it's just to take melted butter and brown sugar and pour it over the top. So I'm gonna try to get this to like mix together pretty well before pouring. This looks absolutely perfect. I'm so proud of myself. I hope they're delicious because this is gorgeous. I have some extra dough, so I think I'm gonna get crazy and do a bigger one. Let's see, maybe I want to use the blue and the green. I don't know how many I'm gonna have. Okay, so let's butter the dish up. I feel like this is like maybe two decent sized ones. What should I do? Blue and pink? Blue and green? Blue and green it is. These ones on top are really sending me because I just cannot tell. They're so overflowing. I can't even tell if they're done or what.